Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Atlanta Falcons.
Mike 25! Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman. His 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Parkey adds the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go now.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now Locke on the bootleg. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this.
A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Now Ryan. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And they work this out past the 25. A gain there of 21 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Ready, get ready. 25.
On 2nd and 12, Ryan. Caught by Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They toss to Freeman. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
4 yards the pickup, first down. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Escaping the play, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Von Miller in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now the first carry for Brian Hill. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback land on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Von Miller in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 62 yards.
Go team, spell. Hey, watch the slam. But 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he spins away. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Mark Walton, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Looking deep for Julio. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he is all the way up past the 25. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. From midfield, here's Locke. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. These two teams all tied after one.
70, Indy.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And he'll give it here to his running back. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
General West. Hey, orbit. Hey, 5.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, this complete to Jones. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Third and long. It's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. Give him 32 on the play.
Now that one hurts defensively. They forced him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. Hey, high 7.
Ryan will throw again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
51, sub.
To throw again, Ryan. He completes it to Jones. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 34. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
He's tackled
at the 29-yard line.
51, sub. Recon, 132 fighter.
Check
59, Mike is 59, Mike is 59. 11.
From the 29, Ryan. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And this one is right down Broadway. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole...
And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. McManus's point after is good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Daniels that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Watch the safety creep. Check 4, check 4.
Boston Scott, his first carry. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. As soon as he caught that toss and looked upfield, you could tell they had a big numbers advantage blocking-wise.
They certainly did, which means oftentimes your safety will be unblocked. That means he's got to play it from what they call inside out. Don't let the running back cut back across your face. Keep him pinned to the sideline and go make the tackle.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You go base. You got tight. You got tight right there. Tight. Joker.
On the carry, this is Scott. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 15 now. Ryan, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the gun, it's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And give them a gain of 37. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. 39.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. To throw is Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll make this an 8-point game. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we...
And all the way home for a Broncos score. He goes 105 yards on the kick return. And the Broncos push further out in front.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They're on 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now a give right side. Scott. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? They go play action now. Ryan. And he's going to have the hook up to Scott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Ryan on first down. Oh, that is dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So the sack pushes him back, and now third and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Hey, Tuesday. Check 52's the mic. Check 52.
From the shotgun, Ryan. He's airing it out for Sanu. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Sets up fourth down.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
At the 26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A huge play there on the screen pass. 41 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. 32 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's just me and you. It's just me and 21. Me and you.
Now it's Ryan. Jones has it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. In on the tackle, the former All-Pro Chris Harris. From the 41, Ryan flushed to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
And to give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 20.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him.
Yes. Topper. Let's go.
On 1st down, Muhammad. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
We go. 10 logo. Back to pass. 25. Look at me. Go. Shoot.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, lock it. Check.
Throwing his lock on third down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. And McManus able to put it through. And that'll extend this lead now up to 25. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
59. Hey, Alpha. Check. 59.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Flushed out right. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Von Miller in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Another try after the first down sack. Ryan, and he rifles one incomplete. And the tight end Luke Stocker was the target. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Bang. 20. Check. Hey, Foxtrot. Check. Mike, check. Ready, son. Watch the screen.
Now Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Check pass. Get it.
They'll run it. This is Muhammad. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A big play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well. And they may have run into him after the kick went away. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
This one fielded at the 5.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Let's pick it up. It's our time.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 6-yard line.
Ready, blue 80. Blue 80. Hey, great players, great players, great players. Ready, go.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan complete to Jones. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 21. On first down, Ryan. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Ryan to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Get up.
The Falcons will go for it. It's Ryan. And it is incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. And again this time to the tailback. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Ready, go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. 6-6, pull it high. Go.
On 3rd down, Muhammad. And he probably should have been down earlier, but they do finally get to him 3 yards short of the line to gain. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The kick by McManus is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Now Ryan. Caught by Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this 4th quarter. They're already slim. Hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Check, 59, 59. Hey, Charlie, take you to school. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Hey, Express. 59 is Mike. 59 is Mike. Check, 59. All right, here we go. Let's go.
They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Duke Dawson picks it. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Go, 70, Indy.
At the 16-yard line.
45 to Mike, 45 to Mike. He's driven.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Going to give this time to the tailback. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. And McManus able to put it through, and they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd and 9, Ryan. Here's Sanu on the catch. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Von Miller, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for performance.
25 tonight. Hey, check. Here we go. Check. Check. Hey, white.
They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And they take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Denver, their very slim playoff hopes get a boost as they move to 5-7. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Oakland to take on the Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucks. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.